Alright, thank you for coming everybody. Wow, there's a lot of new faces out there today. Now first of all, I just want to introduce myself. I am Aussie Villain, the new manager of Sport Boys. And I just want to thank you for coming out, and this is a really exciting time for me. It's a big change, move not just to Peru, but to South America. So as you can imagine, it's a big culture shock for me coming from China. Now I'm sure there's some questions out there, so yeah. Sí, bienvenue à Peru, estades en monumental de hasta de pies. Yeah, I'm not sure, mate. Sí, ¿cuál estilo de fútbol cuál es? Chaz, are you out there, mate? Chaz? Does anybody speak English? Ugh, nerd. It's a really nice office, isn't it? I'll have to remember to thank the chairman next time I see him. Who's this? Chaz? Where were you today, mate? I really need you asking me questions, because I can't understand a bloody word these people are... Listen, mate, I can't say where I am, but Lord Yang is looking for you. I told him I don't know where you are, though, mate. Alright, Chaz, are you with him now? Yeah, mate, yeah, I guess you could say that. Can you talk freely to me, mate? Nah, mate, nah. Right, you're in his dungeon, aren't you? Yeah, mate, it's been a while now. It would be great to see you. It would be great to see you, mate. Alright, Chaz, leave it with me. I'll call the Foreign Office and, yeah, we'll get the Aussie feds in there to get you out. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to episode 1 of the World Tour at Sport Boys in Peru. We did, of course, sort of last episode get this job, but this is our first episode actually in charge from the beginning. And as you've seen, nobody speaks English in this country, so it's a little bit difficult. And we're going to have to rescue Chaz as well. We'll do what we can. We'll get him back here to us safely. So this is where we're at now. If you do happen to just be finding the channel because of the new club, first of all, welcome. Please do consider subscribing as well. But let's have a quick update on where we are as a manager. You can see we actually our reputation's dropped off a little bit having taken this job. We're not quite a 3-star manager anymore. But attributes they've all still remained the same. I'm still a man managing motivational god. But if we have a quick look at our history, I think it's probably a good time to do this at milestones. You can see we've managed in 2 clubs before, both in Asia. With Persiba, first of all, we won the 2nd division, won the Indonesian Cup, won the Asian Confederation Cup, kind of like a Europa League kind of a situation, won the league, the Community Shield we don't really care about, then we won the league again, and then we won the Cup again. Then we toddled off to China, got promoted our first year, won the 2nd division with Shanghai Shenzhen. Didn't do much else, as you can see, for a few years there. And then we went and won the Asian Champions League. Our last game almost in charge of the club, we won the Asian Champions League. So that's where we're at as a manager. We've taken a small step back, to be honest, to come to Peru. But I wanted to go to South America. The vibe I was getting from you guys in the past was that South America or North America was where we wanted to go next. So here we are. And we've signed a contract, so we're here now. So where do we begin here? We haven't done too much by way of transfers, and by too much I mean really anything. These were all done before we got here. I did have a nibble at a defender here, try and get a young defender in, but no dice on that one. Otherwise, the only thing we do have this kid who potentially could be coming in. I don't know anything about him. This is an assistant manager job. I've set up the assistant manager. If we go to staff, we can have a look at our staff. I've set up the assistant manager to basically go and find young players for us. But our assistant manager is quite the catch. Look at this guy. Absolutely amazing. Judging ability and potential isn't the best, but he's as good as I am at man motivating and man management, which is good. Discipline's good as well. I think he's a really good assistant manager, and to be honest, we're going to lose him at some point because the club's going to come in for him, but I was really happy to get him as an assistant. Goalkeeping coach was already here. Not a bad goalkeeping coach either. A couple of other coaches we've got in. I mean, they're functional for this point. Cleberson, of course, former Manchester United player amongst others, World Cup winner, so hopefully he'll bring in a little bit of something for us. But that's the staff. We've got in a few, we're scouting here, we've got in a few scouts as well. No one particularly amazing. I mean, not bad for a chief scout, I guess. But they're decent enough. They'll get the job done for us. They will find us some players, and we have the same sort of problem now that we had when we first went to China, in that we haven't scouted players in this region necessarily. So it's a little bit difficult to to know exactly who we're signing. So this is where we are. This is just where we are. So this is the fixture list as it looks like right now. I haven't really figured out yet exactly how the league system is going to work. If you are familiar with Peruvian football, please do let me know. From what I understand, there is an actual league. I think this is maybe like a pre-season tournament, perhaps. I'm not really sure, but there was a league, because if I go to, say, Alianza Lima here, and if we go to their schedule, this is how I figured this out. If we go back to last season, we can see that there is a league. There's a first division, opening stage, closing stage. So a lot of games in Peru. So I'm thinking that this Tornado thing is perhaps sort of a pre-season kind of tournament. Kind of like I'm thinking the Brazilian state championships. I think it might be that kind of a deal. And then we have the league that will start in May. And then we're not going to be in South American competition. And then we have this Copa Mustava thing. I think that could be the playoff system, what the playoffs are called for this Tornado thing. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. If you guys know better than me, please do let me know in the comments, because I'm very confused by this whole thing right now. But that's kind of what I think. But we had 2 friendlies that I arranged. Well, one that I arranged here, and a game that was already scheduled. And we've done okay. We've done okay in those. It's difficult to know exactly what we're up against. You will see a familiar name here. I did get Patrick, who, of course, we did have in on loan. We did have, at Shenzhen. He's a free transfer right now. I mean, he looks like good. You can see a potential 5-star player for us. I'm not going to sign him just now, and the reason for that is because of there's a foreign limit of 5 players, and we'll go through the squad in just a second, but we are well served in this particular area of the field right now. So I'm not saying we're not going to sign him, but I just want to hold off right now because he can't really play deeper. I mean, he could at a stretch. Maybe we could retrain him back there. He can't play wide. He doesn't have the attributes for it, and he's not a striker. He's finishing a 7. So yeah, not saying we're not going to sign him, but we have got him in on loan, and he has done quite well. So that's all of that. We did check finances when we first took over, but you can see still very, very good. In terms of things with the board, we're improving the data analysis facilities because we didn't actually have any, and I do kind of rely on those a little bit, to be honest. So we'll get those done. Everything else is functional for now, which is fine, and we are looking for a senior affiliate. So when that comes in, another reason why I don't particularly want to sign Patrick right now is because if we get a good senior affiliate club, we might be able to get in a couple of players on loan. And so I don't want to have all the foreign slots filled up before that happens. So that's due to come back to us in a couple of weeks here. So we'll find out then if we are going to get a senior affiliate, and if so, what players we can get. So this episode we will begin our time at Sport Boys with a game against Universidad Cesar Vallejo. And we'll see how long this is taking, and then we might look to do a second game as well. I don't want the episode sort of going past 25 minutes if we can help it. So let's have a look at the team that we're sending out here for the first game. And we're going to sort of, I think, settle on this formation. It kind of suits us. We're very strong down the right. We have absolutely nothing down the left. But Acosta is going to start this first game in goal for us. He's the more rated of the 2 keepers. So we'll go with him. We're going to sort of have to try players, aren't we, to start with, before we figure out who's the best for us. Carrillo, we called this guy up. Now, one thing I did want to mention quickly is there are these weird rules about minutes played for players that are under 20 and under 19. You can kind of see the little icon thingies there. So under 20 players must play a combined total of 1,800 minutes from 44 games to avoid losing a foreign player place. Now, the 44 games, I'm assuming, is both this tournament and the league. And then under 20 players must play a combined 2,700 minutes from 44 games to avoid a points deduction. Now, that's... To me, a points deduction is more serious. It should be for the lesser crime, in my opinion. But I want to get these minutes underway. I want to get them out of the way. You can see there it kind of says it's an average of 61 minutes and 44 minutes. So... Is it going to say, hover over here, and it's an average of 44 minutes. And the last one here, of under 19 players must play a combined total of 500 minutes in the 44 games to avoid a points deduction. So it's an average of 11 minutes per game. So where we can, we're going to bring these young players off the bench, and I just want to get these minutes out of the way. So we don't have to worry about what we don't want to is sort of come to the end of the season and then find ourselves potentially with important games but having to play young players. So Carrillo is going to start in the left wing. Now we have two good centre backs. I really like Mosquera. I think he's quite good, and Ortiz as well. They're two good, solid central defenders, and if they can stay fit, we should do okay. Andia we have two good right backs as well, to be honest, and this guy is quite good. Good tackling, good crossing. Should be able to get forward and get some balls into the box. We have a number of midfield options. Guivan is going to get the first chance here as a deep line playmaker. You can see vision of 15, so I like that. And then Mongolon, good passing. He wanted a chance to play first team football, so we're going to give him that chance. 16 passing is nothing to be sniffed at, so I think he'll do okay. Perez is potentially a star of the team as a right winger. You can see he's got really good crossing, good dribbling, and good finishing. So I think as a right winger, he can come in and get goals as well. I think he could be important for us. He's wanted by someone. Who's he wanted by? It's all right, just on loan, so we should be able to see that off. Left wing, again, we struggle down the left, but this is a young player that's going to get minutes. And our other option on the left is Mimbella here. Again, a young player. These guys are just going to duke it out to see who we want to play. They'll probably even just rotate from game to game. I haven't decided yet who is going to be number one. Now, this is the star of the team, I think, unquestionably. Sergio Caruga. Yeah, but you can see a really, really good attacking midfielder. Lacks a little bit physically. It's not going to let me do that. But lacks a little bit physically, but everything else is right there, I think. And he will be a good player for us. And Cantoro, another of our foreign players, an Argentine striker. Good in the air, good off the ball, good finishing. I think he could be a star of the team for us. We need him to nab the goals for us. Because we don't have much else up front, if I'm being honest. Anyway, guys, this is the team. So let's see how we do. And here we go. This is exciting, isn't it? This is exciting. See how we do here. Now, I did have a bid to try and bring Yuri Ruse over. We can't afford you right now, Yuri. We will look to do that in the future. But yeah, we just don't have that ability right now. Now, team talks are going to be a problem until we get to know the players. I didn't see if we were underdogs. We've got nothing to lose here. No, we're underdogs. Let's give the fans a performance. Calm, we have faith. And it's not a bad first team talk, is it? And here we go. Welcome to Peru, everybody. Yeah, so we'll try, with the transfer window closes in March, so we have plenty of time to sort of work our magic in the transfer market. We've got some scouts in now. We can start and have a look around and kind of see what is available for us. We've kind of got to get to know our squad first of all as well, to know where we need to strengthen. Left side is the obvious one. We have one fullback and two wingers. We do have a left sort of midfielder, and in the preseason friendlies, I was kind of using him at left back just to see how he went, and he was good going forward. So obviously, as you would expect, not the best defensively, but he's an option perhaps. Though up against better opposition, that may not be the case. This is a nice sort of passing movement here. Cantoro to Quaruga. I'll get better at pronouncing names, I think, as we go here. Mongolan to Cantoro. This is patient play. I don't hate this. Look at you. Use your winger. Use your winger, Perez. There he is. All right, can we get across into the box now? Andrea, no, it's blocked. It's still there for us, so good pass out to the fullback. Carrillo knocks it in. Perez! Go! Fernando Perez gets our first goal as Sport Boys manager. Vamos, boys. Vamos. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. It was a nice passing movement too. It was patient. It was, that was a cracking ball from Mongolo, wasn't it? And then a good cross in from Carrillo and Perez. I said he could be a star, ducking in from the right wing there. Really, really good goal. Happy with that. And there we go. We are underway as Sport Boys manager. Now I was sort of looking on Wikipedia to kind of see a little bit about the club. They've won the league 6 times in their history, but not since I think it was the 80s was the last time. So they haven't had much success, and given that they've just been promoted in the game from the second division, that kind of would perhaps show that, wouldn't it? So we've got what I would like to call a fallen giant here. Here's Cantoro. He's getting some space here. Cantoro! Oh, decent effort. Plucked by the keeper, though. So let me know what you think in the comments, too, of now we've seen the team. I've got to say, I do like the jerseys. I love the Peruvian slash that they have across. That's I mean, this is I think the home kit is more pink with a little bit of black trim rather than sort of this way. But it reminds me of Palermo in Italy. I'm really liking the jerseys. You will notice I have a new suit on the sideline as well. We've updated our suit for the new club. As you know, you have to do. You have to respect the new club. Let's see what's happening here. This is a little bit of patient play for them. They've knocked one over the top. We've been caught out by that as well, which isn't great. We need the keeper, and he can't make the save. Oh, that's disappointing. Come on, boys. All right, we're telling them to show some passion. And it was just a long ball over the top, and it was Mosquera, was it? Had the turning circle of the Queen Mary, didn't he? And, I mean, the goalkeeper didn't look like he knew what was coming at him. He was trying to protect his face rather than save the ball. It looked like a little bit there. And another highlight. Can we go and nick this? We can. Andia does really well there. Good early ball forward for the youngster. Hipapea. Cross in. Perez. That was a penalty. It's got to be a penalty, and it is. And it's Marcus Ortiz. That's the centre-back that's going to take the penalty. I'm expecting this to be hard, fast, and possibly down the middle. Go on, Ortiz. Ortiz! Oh, it was hard, fast, and down the middle. And if I knew it, the keeper certainly did, because I've never seen the guy play before. Oh, that's disappointing. Predictable from the centre-back taking a penalty, wasn't it? As ever, guys, I let the players decide. I don't bother sort of picking set-piece takers and penalty takers. I just let, the game generally gives you the best option anyway. So, see who's feeling it at the moment. And it's like the Loki Doki. That's where I kind of picked it up from. Just let them decide. What do we say here? And that way it's a surprise too. You don't actually know what's going to happen either. And I also, what do we say? Do we say unlucky? We've got to remember it's our first game. We'll say unlucky. I think too, if the game decides, if that's sort of my general rule, it doesn't. You can't really manipulate who's scoring goals either. Sort of put a favourite player on penalties. They have to earn it. They have to earn the right amongst the team. I should have said he was doing okay. And go from there. Not just sort of be coach's pet, so to speak. I don't think it was too bad that half, to be honest. I'm not sure if this team are supposed to be better than us or not. Like I say, I know we were 1,000 to 1 when we checked last episode to do anything in this tournament. So the fact that we're in the game at half time would suggest we're doing okay. The fact that we've literally only played 2 friendly games with them. We've been at the club for 9 days. I think a draw, especially away from home, wouldn't be a terrible result first up. But ideally we'll go and get the win here. We'll give this another 5-10 minutes, then we might look to make some changes. I'm actually surprised we've done okay down the left. I mean, our assist came down the left, considering we don't have any real players that have a left foot. That's a good win from Mongolo again. I'm really liking him, actually. He's played really well. It's a bit of a lungy tackle, but Andira picks it up. It's their back post! Oh, the kid's got it! Hypaya! However you would say that name. Huapaya. I don't know how you pronounce it. I'll get better, hopefully. But Oscar has a first goal of the season. It's possibly his first goal for the club, because we called him up from the reserves when we first got here. Of course, we needed a left-footed player, and he's come at the back post, and his left foot is delivered. Excellent stuff. Let's demand more. And come on, boys. Come on. Come on, boys is actually, that's actually the name of the team. So I can say come on, boys, and it means something. Vemos Boys, that can be our hashtag. I think that is actually the team's hashtag. I think it's Vemos Boys. I checked their Twitter feed. I'm a new Sport Boys fan now. That's kind of how Football Manager works, though, isn't it? That's a cracking pass. I'm really liking Mongolo in midfield. Let me know what you guys think. His passing range is amazing. Has he got a shot on him? Not quite yet. Goivan in for Mongolan. Oh, he's lost out there. Do we look? He goes Mosquera. He's not the quickest, but he's got back there. It's lucky. I'm wondering, are we playing a high line? I'm wondering if we just drop that a little bit. Yeah, they're just trying to duck in behind us a little bit, so let's just drop the line. I can't believe Mongolan is only playing at 6.8. He has been, I think he's been really, really good for us. Let's demand a bit more here. I maybe should have praised there, actually. We've got a tied Cuellera in midfield. Do we, with a little bit of time to go here, just look to close up the game here? We can bring on this kid. We might do that. We'll have to go, pause. We'll have to go into this tactics screen and do it. Get some more minutes in for the youngsters. Can we drop him in, or do we need to drop Goiven in? Who's the better option just to go in front of the back four there? It might be Goiven, I think. He's a better tackler, better anticipation. Yeah. So we'll drop him in as an anchor man. Martinez. That's fine. You can play as a deep lying playmaker. And the other thing we'll do is we'll just be a little bit more disciplined in our attack as well. But this is going okay, I think, for a first game. I'm relatively happy with this. We'll give them some praise when we can here. There we go. What have we got? 10 minutes to go here. Can we see? I mean, I think the match stats are misleading there, if I'm honest. I think we seem to have been the better team. Let's give it a tighten up. We'll wait till after this highlight. Can we wrap it up here? We could, in theory, just wrap this up. Here goes Martinez. He's got lots of time. Kind of wasted it, to be honest. Mongolan, he deserves a goal today. I think he's been absolutely superb. Martinez. Oh, that's a loose pass. That's a loose pass from the new boy. Mosquera's there to mop it up, but it is still coming back at us. Oh, don't go and do this to me. There's a lot of space out there for Dela Cruz. Oh, we're looking a little bit like headless chickens. It's past the post. Okay, let's stop mucking around with this now. Let's really, really close this thing down. And be what this when we want to waste time, lower tempo, play for set pieces. Playing for set pieces, obviously, if you have a set piece, it's a very good opportunity to waste time. So that's why we do that. What have we got here? This is a proper highlight. There's still a minute to go. Come on, boys. Come on. Keep your heads. Keep your heads. Dig deep. Come on. They're being patient. There's the long ball forward. Can we win that? We can. Can we get the second ball? No. Oh, it's going to be a goal, isn't it? Come on. In front of that. Too much time! Oh, what a save. It's a goal kick. That was lucky. What an effort that was from their guy. This should be it. 15 seconds to go. Waste some time, Acosta. Waste time like you've never wasted time before. And then just put your foot through it. He's done really well there, wasting time. Long ball forwards, and that is the game. We've won our first game in charge, guys. Not the most convincing, but as I said, we've kept the ball well, and I think we dominated that game. I think we deserve to win it, if I'm honest. That was... Yeah, done magnificently to come back and win that. Well, I don't think we were fortunate. I mean, maybe I've misread the game, but I think we deserve that. A couple of debuts handed out there as well, which is good. That was Sergio Mosquera's first game for the club. Let's have a quick look at the league table. It's the same league table. Yeah, so I'm thinking avoid finishing bottom. That's our expectation. But mid-table in that one, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't really understand. But we're avoiding finishing bottom so far, and we're above mid-table so far. It's the same league table. Anyway, I'm not going to go on about it. Anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up and subscribe, as I said earlier, if you're new. We will be back tomorrow. We'll get into these games a little bit, and we'll come back end of the month for Universitario, Deportes, and Municipal. So that'll all be for tomorrow, guys. Let me know any feedback that you do have. It would always be appreciated. And yeah, I will see you then for those games. So until then, I've been Aussie, and thank you so much for watching. Take care, and pray for Chaz.